All right. I want to count us down, like, count us in.
All right. Black Wall Street podcast. 4, 3, 2.
Happy Black History Month. Welcome back to the Black Wall Street Black History Month podcast. Today, we're just coming on to chat with you guys, to talk about Black history, the importance of it, and a lot of things that's going on. Marcus, how are you feeling about Black History Month and what's going on this month in 2024?
Man, there's a lot going on in the world. So it's Black History Month. They give us a month instead of the whole year. I'm excited that we got an extra year. I think that's the biggest piece. But I'm excited to see everybody celebrate everybody else that came before us, and then talk about what they about to do to become just as great as the ones that we already celebrated. So I'm all about creating history and being more of Black history by doing the work right now versus just reading about it and talking about the people that came before. So
right,
bro,
what always made me feel a type of way when they say the history is his story. So the person who was the victor writes the story, right? And for Black people in America, a lot of times we haven't told our own story.
Not at all.
And now in 2024, we're able to tell our own stories and decide who we want to be and who we're going to be, so we can teach the youth and everybody who's coming kind of, where we came from and where we're going. A lot of times they kind of whitewash our history. Have you experienced that, looking at the history and it's not being told the right way?
Yeah, I think that's across every platform, whether it's sports, music, film. They try to, erase just certain history, and there's no real person when we say they. It's just people that don't want the same thing you want. So when that happens, you got to figure out how to continue being great, persevere, and start writing your own history. That's really what it's about. You got too many tools at your fingertips now to not be writing, to not be creating, to not be doing something to be remembered, just like the greats that's no longer here with us. But again, if you do something great and you let somebody write about it, then you got to put your power in the hands of them and let them, whatever they wrote about, you got to be like, do I like that or not? Yeah. And so to me, I think it's important to write your own history and not wait on somebody else to write it for you. So if you're not writing your own history, you got to do something different. So you do feel like you need to be writing something down and letting people know some of the great things you're doing, whether you posting it on social media or you calling somebody and telling them.
Yeah.
I think it's important to post it online. If you're doing something great, post it, show us, because if it ain't posted, it ain't happening.
Document your greatness. If you're going through in February of 2024, if you're not documenting your greatness and the things you're doing, you're actually working backwards, right? Because you need to be able to show your kids, show your grandkids, show the world what you're doing. And as a Black community, I think we've been great for a long time. We was great even during slavery. We were doing great things, but they only showed on TV and the newspapers, on the radio stations. They only showed what they wanted us to see. They didn't show our actual greatness. So
speaking of greatness, man, let's talk about HBCU. You know what I'm saying? We did something amazing at Prairie View A&M this past Tuesday. We did an amazing thing for the university, for the community. It was a pitch competition that was open to students and everybody around that PV area, actually the whole city. So some people actually drove an hour and a half to come be a part of the event. Others just walked straight from the dorm room. But everybody that showed up, they got a chance to get impacted by the information. It was a great event, man. What you think about it?
It was great. Shout out to Jordan. Jordan was our winner. She won first place. Man. First place prize. She's a freshman at Prairie View University. She had a shoe cleaning business, right? And she started the business just out of passion of seeing people clean their shoes. And something that was powerful or impacted me, Marcus, when I was talking to Jordan, she said that, or she was talking to us, she said some people only have one pair of shoes. And she said, if you only got one pair of shoes, if you're not wealthy and you don't grow up having 3, 4, 5 pairs of shoes, or you don't get new shoes every year, sometimes cleaning that one pair of shoes can make you feel, it means a lot, it means everything.
That toothbrush, man, you got to get that toothbrush.
You know what I'm saying? Toothbrush clean, man. She was doing everything. So shout out to a young Black woman.
Yeah, man, when I think about entrepreneurship on a university or a college campus, wherever you came from, right? If you are on that college campus and you start a business on that college campus, you don't even have to have a website to make money in your business. You can make money just from the people on campus.
Yeah.
Those people on campus, they'll take your product or service back home with them when they go back home on vacation for Christmas leave and all that. Yeah. And then they go tell people about your product or service if it's good. Yeah. Then those people go look for your product or service online. So it's important to do what you do, not just all over the world, but on campus too. So I tell people, don't wait to be great. So you don't have to wait until you graduate before you actually jump into entrepreneurship. So shout out to everybody that's getting better and making money online or on campus at the same time.
Word, I want to talk about that too, because I actually, that's close to my heart. I started my entrepreneur journey when I was in college. You know, when I was in school, I started my first consulting company, and I started that when I was working for a Sweb Development. I was an intern. And I taught my CEO of the company, Google Analytics. I started to learn the IT side, because a lot of people who 40 years old, 50 years old, they know about analytics, you know? Even though I was young, I'm 18, 19, I knew something she didn't know. So don't ever think you're too young to be great, or you're too young to lead your own business or start your own side hustle. You can be great today. You don't have to be great tomorrow or 5 years from now. Apply that pressure. You can be great right now. It's going to take some work. It's going to take time, but be great, even if you're in college. And what's happening at TSU too? I know we got something coming up.
So, I mean, well, again, we're on tour. You know, a tour don't stop in one spot. You know what I'm saying? You don't graduate and stop. You don't do something great in one city and state and not do it in another city and state. If you do something good on one campus, you got to take it to the other one. So we going from PV, we're going to Texas Southern University. We'll be doing a pitch competition there. We'll be donating money, time, energy, strategies, and all you got to do is register. That's it.
Register. And we got a billionaire coming to TSU.
Man. Black billionaire.
Black billionaire. A black billionaire will be at TSU when we have the event there. It'll be here soon. We'll let you know the date. Stay tapped in with us. And we got some live performance coming as well. So that's going to be, next level with it. Earlier we was having lunch, Marcus, and you told me something that was unique about this month, February in 2024.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, I mean, again, happy Black History Month, everybody. I think it's an exciting time to be alive. You got all the tools at your fingertips to create anything you can think of. If you can think it, you can do it. And right now, with having an extra day in a year, you got an extra day to do whatever it is you can think of. And an extra day in Black History Month to do whatever it is you can think of. So it's a leap year. A lot of people know that it's 365 days in a regular year.
Right.
But because it is a leap year, instead of just 365, we got 366 days. And so they didn't just put one day just anywhere throughout the calendar. They gave us another day to celebrate us and our people. And so there's no 28 days in February, but it's 29 now. And so for some people, if you had an anniversary or a birthday on 29, February 29th, you might not really be the age that you look. You know what I'm saying? You might be running around looking like you're 30, but you're really 4 years old, or you've only been married for 4 or 5 years, you know? So I just like to poke fun at the people that actually did something on February 29th. So what you plan on doing this February 29th, man? You plan on doing something extra and different or great? You got an extra day, man.
I don't know. I got to do something, though, right? I'm sitting here thinking about it. I say, usually we always complain that Black History Month, they only gave us 28 days. You know what I mean? They tried to give us the littlest month with the least days. But hey, this year we got February 29th, so we're going to do something. We probably give back and do something, impactful in the community on that day just because it makes sense.
And I don't think, we don't have to stop celebrating Black history at the end of February. So when February 29th comes, it's okay to extend it. You know what I'm saying? You can extend it into March. Anybody gonna do nothing to you. If you want to keep being great, you want to keep highlighting the greats that came before you, it's okay. I mean, we got people all around us that we're highlighting right now. I mean, let's talk about this amazing podcast studio we got. We want to see some of these great entrepreneurs in. If you do something good, you might get a picture up here as well. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what they need to do to be a part of this greatness in here.
Listen, anybody that's here in Houston, or even if you want to fly in and be a part of the Black Wall Street podcast room and podcast community, make sure you DM the word podcast. If you want to be on the podcast, DM the word podcast below, and we'll let you tap in. So we have podcasts.
Hold on. You can't tap in if you ain't Black History.
Oh man, okay.
We don't need no regular people. Ain't no regular people coming in. You gotta already be living Black history in order to get in here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just let anybody come up in there.
There we go.
You gotta throw that out there. So if you're living Black history, you're doing something great right now, DM us, podcast, guests, whatever it is you need to DM us to be a part of it, and let us know why you are considered Black history to yourself or to those around you. But if you ain't great, hey man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this too. if you want to learn how to start your own podcast, you can also DM us, right? If you are high level and you ready, we'll kind of bring you in and you can be a guest on our podcast, or you can stream online. But if you want to start your own, we'll teach you a thing or two.
You can even rent out the podcast studio. You rent out this podcast for an hour, 2 hours. Come in, bring any prominent guests in, any black guests, any minority guests, anybody, right? Because we don't discriminate. So you bring anybody in here, you can rent out the podcast studio for X amount of time, and we'll even give you some packages that allow you to start posting even before you leave this location on social media.
Right. Word. What else we got? So we got our podcast going. We got Black Wall Street happening this year. Something that I've been interested in, I've been wanting to ask our audience, Marcus, to let us know about the black greatness happening. I think that one of the reasons we don't know about things is because we're not able to broadcast it to the world, right? And we only know what you tell us. We only know what the community tell us. That's the power of the community.
Yeah.
We started a BIP mastermind community. So we have a business empower mastermind community where we just launched Black Wall Street TV. That's about to be live stream on apps and everything that y'all be able to be a part of. But I want to know from you, what are you doing, and who do you know that needs to be showcased? Who should we do a spotlight on? Who should we do spotlighting stories
Well,
on?
I'll tell you one thing. We spotlighting Mr. Frickles Pickles this month. So
Okay.
the whole month of February, we'll be preparing for our workshop, third Saturday of the month. And last month, we got a chance to highlight Legging Heaven, which is a company, a brand. They got an online presence, digital footprint, and 2 locations right here in Houston, Texas. One off 610 and South Main Street, and another off 288 in the Beltway. So you probably seen Legging Heaven, you know what I'm saying? If you're from the south side of H-Town, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the city.
Yeah.
And so that was our guest last month. This month we got Mr. Frickles Pickles, and I'm already addicted to Mr. Frickles Pickles. I've been addicted for quite some time now, and I think once you actually dive into the brand, come to the workshop, see what they're doing right. They've been vending. They went from having vendor booths at all of your favorite festivals annually across the U.S., across the city and state, to having an actual storefront right here on the north side of Houston, Texas. So we'll be talking about their evolution of how they got from A to Z and how they're winning right now online like everybody else should be.
I love the name, Mr. Frickle Pickles. I ain't had the pickles yet, but I can't wait to try the pickles. I want to see what's going on. I can't wait to try
I think it's exciting to bring people to the workshop. One, they don't just hear us speaking about, success and our strategies, but they get to hear from other people that's actually doing it, and not the ones that did it. A lot of people are out here online talking to you, telling you join the community. Hey, come learn from me. Click here to learn more. But they're not really doing anything. They haven't even done it. They just regurgitating the information. So make sure you following the right coach, the right team, and tap into Black Wall Street, man. I'm excited already to see you in the building this third Saturday of the month.
Third Saturday. I can't wait to see that. So Marcus, ask me a question for me. What do you tell everyone during Black History Month who are getting haters telling them that, they shouldn't start a business, they won't be successful, they're not great, people who basically kill your dream? What do you tell people, what do you say to those dream killers and to the people who want to have a dream and they have a big dream like Martin Luther King and they want to be able to apply that? What should they do to keep going and not listen and give in to those haters who are trying to kill their dreams?
Well, for one, I don't even hear those. I be on the move so much. You got to kind of stand still to listen to the haters, because haters normally not on the move too. So if the haters not on the move and you got to stop and listen to the hater. Mm-hmm. So I would say just kind of keep going. Keep following your dreams, stay on the course, and don't slow down. If you slow down to help somebody, that's different than slowing down and listening to the haters. Yeah. I'm not gonna slow down and listen to the haters. That's ruining the purpose. I'm not here to listen to you tell me what I'm doing wrong. I just want you to tell me what I need to do to get to the top of that mountain. That's it, man. So there's no such thing as haters unless you actually buy into that person or that title. Yeah, I think you should take the information, whatever they give you, use it as motivation, and
push forward.
That's it.
I think you should also get around mentors and find groups like the Business Empower Mastermind group, because sometimes that hater could be your mama. It could be your daddy. It could be your sister. It could be your brother. It could
you
be
ain't
your
gonna
cousin.
Start no business.
It could be your auntie.
I see you with your little business.
You ain't never had no business.
I
What
see
you
you
talking about?
with your little product.
Yeah, your little product.
Your little website. I checked out your little website.
Yeah, little website. You know what I'm saying? It's a big website around here. You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody don't have a website, man. You'd be surprised. Everybody on earth is not making money online. And that's not a surprise. That's a fact.
Yeah, most people
everybody on earth not doing everything that they can do online. Some people just logging in, scrolling on the gram, having fun online. Other people are actually making money online. And I think that's why it's important to join a mastermind community, a BIP community, Black Wall Street community, because you don't want to stay the same while everybody else is doing everything in the oxygen world and online too. You know what I'm saying? Super important to not get left behind. All these AI tools, that's a part of the workshop. You know, Martell, I think when you come to workshops that we actually put on for the city, put on for everybody around the world, because it's virtual too, right? You can tap in virtually. It's not for us to just tell you, again, what we're doing to win. It's for you to win too. These are strategies that go through every industry, no matter what industry it is that you're in. Same strategies, different industry, and you can win just like we're winning, man. So what else you got, Martell? I think, one, we got Ali in the back. We got Obama in the back. We got Martin Luther King. We got Malcolm X, Dick Gregory, Madam C.J. Walker. We got everybody, man. Dr. Severy. And so this is Black history. And again, if you are there, we want to see you in the building, man.
Indeed. I do want to tell you, for everybody, it's the second day of February, right? So we just left January. Most of you all made January New Year's resolutions. How are you doing on your New Year's resolutions, right? I don't think you should make New Year's resolutions. I think you should make new habits, because habits turn to results. So you continue to make new habits and continue to exercise those habits with your disciplines, you'll get the result that you want in your life, whether that's in business, whether that's in your relationships, whether that's in your walk with God, in your spirituality. Have the proper habits to create the results that you want to have. So I'm asking you that's listening, what are you doing in February? Are you staying on top of your habits that you made in January? Did you backslide and got to catch back up to get your habits going again? If you did, it's okay, but push back forward and make sure you get back on track. Marcus, we got 10 more months, really 11 more months still in this year. And a lot of people have big goals this year, you know, and I think they need to be able to hit those goals.
Let me tell you something, man. So with this being the start of February, January is a slow season for a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of entrepreneurs don't make it through January. You know, they started their company at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And this the worst time to start a company. You know what I'm saying? You should have asked me. You should have been part of the mentorship. I'd have told you January ain't it. Because that's the slowest time of the year. Nobody's buying anything right after Christmas. They done spent everything from Black Friday all through November, leading all through December. And then now we got to wait on the taxes to come in. You know? And so once the taxes come in, then that's when you'll start seeing a little relief when it comes to retail, e-commerce, and just an entrepreneurial journey as a whole. But I am going to be a part of a workshop this weekend with CEO Sharon. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about what it means to make it through slow seasons as an entrepreneur. I'm actually delivering and talking about strategies that you should know about to make it through these slow seasons. What should you be doing when it's slow like this? Right. Should you just be sitting around waiting on the money to come in, or should you be training, waiting on the volume to come in so you can be prepared for all of that foot traffic? Yeah. You know, so it's a lot of things you can do during this month of January, at the end of January, now that it's February, just to prepare for this influx of money that's coming in during tax season.
One more question for you before we wrap up this part of the podcast or the show that we're doing today. So a lot of people talking about the slow season, a lot of people don't know that it's ebbs and flows within entrepreneurship. Yeah. And it's seasons that come within every part of the year, right? Yeah. It's forecasting. You do that a lot, and you're great at that with you guys starting from $800 to making $100 million. You do that by forecasting.
Little Black history right there.
Little Black history right there.
Can I brag on us real quick?
$100 million black man.
Not time. Am I supposed to be bragging on us right now? You know what I'm saying?
If you ain't clapping, you hating.
You know what I'm saying? Man.
But check me out. So for people who don't know about the vending opportunities and how to, if you're a startup, you're an entrepreneur, and how easy it is to actually get your first sales by doing vendor pop-up shops and how that market comes next. Can you speak to the audience a little bit about that wave and what's coming with the vendor markets?
Yeah, so anytime you have to go beat the customer where they at, you hustle. You know, so when you start a new business or brand, or you offering a service, and you know you're solving a problem in the world, but you got to go tell the people the problem that you're solving. You got to go show the people the service that you provide. You got to go show them and convince them that this is the product that they need. You hustling,
right?
You know, and so when you hustling, no problem. You can hustle and be a millionaire. I know hustlers that are millionaires. They don't have a website. They don't have a storefront. All they do is go from vendor opportunity to vendor opportunity, and they win it because they going where the people are. And you want to go where the people are. That's the marketplace. You want to be in the market where the people are out there shopping in the marketplace with money in their hand. So when you're there, you can win. So you don't necessarily have to spend money on brick and mortar, like I said. You don't have to, wait on somebody to design a site. You can just pay $250 for a little booth space, for a little table, set up your event, set up your stuff, market, promote, collect data, sell some items. You can even make sure that you collect enough data so where you can talk to all those people when you're no longer in that space anymore. Yes. And that's the most important thing to me when it comes to vendorship. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to vending, expos, just buying a booth, getting the space. And you want to always get that corner booth too. It's super important to get that corner booth. When I think about vending, I was at InvestFest. They tried to give us a spot just on the aisle. I'm like, nah, man, we got to get that corner booth because just like the corner store, I need to be seen. You don't always see everybody on the strip mall. You know what I'm saying? I need to be seen on that corner. So it's the same thing with vendor. And right now, with it being festival season, it's the perfect time to talk about what it means and what it takes to vend right. And we'll be talking about that this third Saturday of the month.
For sure. The only other thing I'm going to add is make sure you collect that data. When you are at that event, you got to collect that data. This is Mr. Data Over Dollars right here, right next to me. And I'm going to tell you, when you collect data in person, people have a higher chance of buying from you because they met you in person. They trust you more. They seen you. They got to talk to you when they bought your products. So they going to buy your products online easier than if you just collected their data from Instagram or TikTok, because they didn't actually see you in person. They don't know how much they can really trust you, but they felt your energy in person. It's a lot easier to convert that customer into a lifetime customer. We always talk about what's the lifetime value of a customer, right? You want customers with high lifetime value. You want Starbucks type customers. You want Chick-fil-A type customers. You want Amazon type customers. These customers are going to be buying with these brands more than likely for their whole lifetime. And that's the type of customers you want to get when they tap in with you.
To circle all that around, what happens when you vend, you set up your booth, you have dreams of selling out, but you actually collect a lot of data. And so when you do, you collect enough data to where you start marketing to those customers electronically without them being in front of you. You start collecting money from those people electronically without them being in front of you.
Right.
That then allows you to take that vendor booth money to go get that brick and mortar locations, to now have an address, a product or service to market and advertise to the people. So instead of you having to be where they at, they coming to you.
Exactly.
And that's when you go from hustling to actually running a business. That's the difference between hustling and actually being an entrepreneur and running a business. If you got to go meet the people where they're at, you're still hustling. If the people coming to you, there's 9 times out of 10, you're marketing your location, your product, your service, and now you're running a business.
Exactly. Marcus, I made my first $10,000 only doing pop-up shops. When I first started my cannabis company, Good Feeling Hemp, I was in Houston, Texas, right during the pandemic in 2020, right? After the pandemic opened back up, I didn't have a brick and mortar. I just started a cannabis brand. I was making my products in Colorado, shipping them down here to Texas. I did straight pop-up shops and made 5 figures a month, right? My first 10,000. Just doing pop-up shops. I didn't even have an office yet, Now we in the office, now we shipping online, we got the digital real estate and all those things. But at the time, I just had an Instagram account, I had some products, I had a table, and I had a pop-up.
Basically what we're saying is, no matter where you at on your entrepreneurial journey, tap in with Black Wall Street. No matter where you are on your Black history journey, tap in with Black Wall Street. We might make some space for you on the podcast, but we got some space for you in our mastermind community as well as our Black Wall Street community.
Most definitely. All right, cool. So we're going to wrap this up. Make sure y'all follow us at blackwall.st. Make sure you follow your boy. I'm your favorite CEO, Martel Matthews. That's Martel Matthews with 2 T's. My friends call me Moolah. My mama call me Bernard when I'm doing good. Make sure y'all tap in.
I'm Marcus Bowers TV, your favorite globalpreneur. Follow me on everything. If you're a spelling bee champion. If not, MarcusBowers TV, Marcus Bowers, man. Thank y'all for listening.
All right, man. Peace out. Talk to y'all later. And cut. That was saying.